The Chasm is one of Sandy Peterson's gimmick maps, and you can see its namesake already here. I'm Ben with Compelled Cooperation, and this is quite possibly my least favorite Doom level. I know I probably say that a lot, but this one is particularly annoying. Unlike Barrels of Fun, which was a gimmick map that the gimmick was enjoyable, who doesn't like to play around with explosions, this has lots of long falls and it's very frustrating. Now, in most places, there's a teleporter around there somewhere, but as you can see, the floor is not lava, but a nukage pool. So wherever you fall, you have to find your way to the teleporter to get back up, but there's at least one place towards the end where there is no teleporter, and if you get that far and fall, that's it. You'll just have to slowly wait while you die. And nothing is worse than that when you have absolutely no recourse. Oh, I can still hear somebody. Now you can hear the floor raising. There are a lot of these platforms that have the floor raise up to the level of the surrounding area once you've quote-unquote defeated the platform, once you've hit the middle area in it. And whenever you trigger that sector, it'll go up to normal height. And here's a preview of coming attractions. Once we go through the blue key door, we'll be in that room, which has the worst section of the game. Or the worst section of this level, anyway. Hyperbole as it may be, it is very frustrating. And I've played this level many times before, and I still have trouble with it. But I'll let you see that when we get there. And this is not a good place to be using that weapon. The super shotgun is perfect for the pinkies. And their friends. That is a rare instance where I actually try to use the Berserk pack. I'm usually way too paranoid about having damage dealt to me. More often than not, I use its secondary function, which is as a health pack that will bring you up to 100%, regardless of how low you are. And this may not be the best weapon to use, but it's out now, and I'm shooting, so I'm gonna keep doing that. Unless I want to switch to, okay, this was a bad choice. This was a better choice, but still not good. So after playing lots of Counter-Strike, I got in the habit of using number keys to switch guns instead of using the scroll wheel. So sometimes when I get excited, I just jam on numbers and a bad weapon gets pulled out instead of a good one that I want. It also means you have to be really good at remembering which one is which. You can obviously see down in the heads-up display area, it says what numbers each one is, or which ones you have, but you still have to remember which ones they map to. So 2 is the pistol, 3 is the shotgun, which if you have the super shotgun, we'll pull out the super shotgun first. 4 is the chain gun, 5 is the rocket launcher, 6 is the plasma gun, and 7 is the BFG. And 1, of course, is your fists, or the chainsaw. I realized that I may not have explained that at the beginning, and here we are, almost at the end, and I'm going over something like that. But I think by this point you figured it out. Now that's a secret back there. I just don't remember how to open it, but I will recall that as we go. Every now and then I decide that as much as I love the super shotgun, I don't want to use up all of its ammo. Not that I'm in any danger of not having enough shotgun ammo. As many enemies as they do throw at us, they always throw us a lot of guns and ammo to deal with it, so. The challenges are always surmountable. I have to say that lots of enemies is never a problem. It's just levels that are very lacking in either types of weapons, ammunition for those weapons, or health. If you recall back to Doom 1, one of the most difficult levels wasn't actually at the end of one of the episodes. Each of the episodes, of course, being a reset of the guns and ammo that you have, and health and everything else. It was actually a very early level. So you simply did not have the full amount of weapons that you might have otherwise. And because of that, of course, your strategy options are very limited. You can only do so much with what you have. Lots of sneaky little corners here. So I am a little bit spoiled in this game because if you're playing through in one go, the first time you pick up a weapon will be the only time you need to worry about picking it up. So I don't recall which level I finally got the BFG on, but I have had them all ever since, which has been very useful. And let me head back. Now that I have the blue key, which in this case is the blue key card, not a skull key, I can head on over to the door marked with a blue skull. And now we get to why it's called the Chasm. This is the infamous part of the level with the narrowest paths. Thankfully, as I said, there are ways out of these various different pits if you get into them, most of them. There's one of them. But it's still very annoying and nerve-wracking. And this is one of those times that if you're playing with mouse look or one of the other things that source ports can add on, it would make it a lot less scary because you can actually look down at where you're walking. But as I'm playing with more classic controls, I am at the mercy of where it decides to shoot as far as the Z-axis goes, or the Y-axis, rather. And I also can't look up or down. And there's no reason to play it dangerously here. I'll just wait until that is safely up the level that I want to be at. So that was the first area. Now over here, there's a fun little bonus for us. I'll pick that up. There's a couple of secrets there. Now this platform will raise up, and we can also make the center one raise up once we get that far, in order for us to get out. But one thing to be careful of is if you do it slightly wrong, there's a glitch that causes the middle platform to go down infinitely, which will end up having the game crash eventually. Alternately, you could no-clip your way out if you wanted to use cheats, but I want to do neither of those things. Hey. No, I can't actually get up there easily, so I'll have to get to it some other way. I want to be very careful of the different enemies that can pop out around here, because they can really ruin your day if you try to dodge them like you normally would and you have no space to do so. So I'm gonna wait until he charges me here. Makes himself an easy target, and I can take him out. And you too, buddy. What do we hear? More shells. It is worth noting that they're being nice to us and offering only Hell Knights instead of Barons of Hell. Hell Knights, of course, pack the same punch, but in much less dense of an enemy. Speaking of dense enemies, I'll use up some of those rockets that I will never use otherwise. I realize I've been saying I will never use them otherwise, and then I use rockets all the time. But that's just because I know that I normally would hold off on them, so I'm actively trying to not do that this playthrough. Come on over here. I don't even know where these guys are coming from. There we go. Where on earth was he? I might as well. And hey, that's what I was looking for. Now the next area we need to get to, we have to go through here. But I will go to a safe area to fight off another Cacodemon. This seems to be an ongoing trend. I know he's somewhere around here. There we go. Last thing I want is to be surprised. I, of course, remember all the locations of... Okay, I don't remember all the locations, but I remember a lot of the locations that they are by default on the map, but letting one wander around is always a recipe for disaster. And once I get here, this platform will raise up. And then I can go to that guy who's having a bad time hanging over there, and that'll teleport me to the last part of the map. I don't have all the secrets, however, so I might want to grab the last one before I head out. Grab some last minute goodies. Keep myself at 200 this entire time, if I possibly can. Alright, that's the last spot I need to go. If only there was something I could hack to open this up, like in other video games. Some kind of computer, perhaps. Now use that to open this door. They get more and more inventive as the games roll on. I think it's one of the... there we go. I thought it was something like that. Alright, now that we've collected all the secrets, we're ready to go... and thankfully not waste any health as we accidentally fall down there. Somehow I had filtered out the fact that my screen was green and that I was wearing a anti-radiation suit. When you get used to playing Doom as much as I have, you can tune out all of the filters and other things that might distract you. Okay, that's a huge waste of ammo. Yeah, that was the one kind of ammo that I should not have been wasting. Now you can see that last area there needs the red key. There is a way to do like a wall running thing to skip that zone. But I am not that skilled. And this is also not the teleporter that I wanted to take. And this is why I hate the map, because every time I need to backtrack, this happens. And then I need to go all the way around again. So really, while it's an interesting concept, it just ends up being tedious. Because I accidentally took the wrong teleporter, now I have to go back. And then I fell down, and then I have to go back. And all of the fast movement that Doom is so well known for is pretty much negated. Now I have to be particularly careful not to fall in that middle area because I will just die. That is the zone that there's no coming back from. This zone, however, blue room, this is where I'll get the red key. You can see it on the upper left over there. And on the map, it's some random location off to the side. Doom 2 maps being like Doom 1 maps, in that they're all defined as 2D objects and then rendered as 3D for us to play them. So if you play levels like in the master levels for Doom 2, there's one called Black Tower, where you're climbing up a tower, you're actually just teleporting to a bunch of different rooms that are almost side by side. And there is our red key card. And if we run around to the right location over here, we can find our way out. There we go. And thankfully that doesn't take us all the way back. But now here, we need to make sure that I don't completely mess up and ruin this entire playthrough so far. And if you're noticing, it's actually getting narrower as I'm going along here. So it's getting worse and more difficult. There are some speedrunners that say it's actually way easier to just do the speedrunning thing. But now that I've done that, I never have to worry about it again. And now I can open up this and jump right in the exit.